Good morning. Today, I'm going to discuss with you one of the most important topic of European history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. So, let us begin discussion by brief discussion on the term nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism refers to a form of patriotic feeling by which the people of a country identify themselves with each other and to the place which they belong. They demonstratively show their loyalty and devotion to nation to which they belong. In other words, we can say, or in brief, we can say, nationalism is a spirit in which the highest loyalty of a person is dedicated to the nation. Or if we try to discuss nationalism further, we know that nationalism can be divided into two types. One, violent nationalism, and second, the violence nationalism. It is violence nationalism which is good for the development of a specific nation. But violent nationalism is a threat for the nation, threat for the peace of the world. American Revolution, French Revolution make an attempt to promote violence nationalism in their respective country and later in the world. But Hitler and his Nazi party promoted violent nationalism and result we are knowing. This ambition of Hitler and promotion of violent nationalism by Nazi party and Hitler ended with the Second World War. As a phenomena, nationalism emerged or developed in late 15th century in Europe. But the first clear expression of nationalism emerged after the French Revolution. It was French Revolution of 1789 promoted and popularized nationalism throughout Europe. And after this event, we can say modern form of nationalism begins in the world. And the impact of French Revolution and nationalism was not limited to France only. Its impact, its influence was realized across the world. The beginning of French Revolution in France in 1789 marked the end of despotic and autocratic regime of Louis XVI and Bourbon dynasty. The political and constitutional changes that came, that accompanied after French Revolution gave common people a chance to form their own government. But after the beginning of French Revolution, the revolutionary faced number of challenges. The first challenge was how to inculcate the feeling of oneness, feeling of collective belongingness among the citizens of France who were not loyal to France because France as a nation before 1789 or before the revolution was not united and integrated by one centralized system of administration. So, loyalty and dedication of people were in doubt. So, French revolutionary, in order to promote the feeling of collective belongingness or sense of collective belongingness, introduced certain measures. Now, let us discuss the measures introduced by French revolutionary after the beginning of French Revolution in France to promote the idea of collective belongingness, the idea of the nation, one feeling, we feeling. The first important measure introduced by French revolutionary was the ideas of la patrie, meaning the fatherland, and les citoyens, meaning the citizen, emphasized the notion of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution, meaning they promoted the concept that France was their fatherland and we all citizens were the citizen of France and we are bounded by one constitution. So we are the citizen of loyal and dedicated citizen of France. And in this way, they promoted the idea of oneness, collective belongingness. Now take some other example. In India, during freedom struggle, our leader promoted the idea of Bharat Mata and tried to bind people, different people of India together. Even at present, while watching cricket match, if India was doing good, performing good, or on back foot, all of a sudden we hear in stadium a noise, Bharat Mata ki Jai. Why? This is one way of expressing our feeling of nationalism. So the ideas of La Patrie and Les Citoyens helped revolutionary in creating the spirit of oneness or collective belongingness among the people of France. Second, they introduce a new French flag the tricolor, the tricolor which was tricolor, which was chosen to replace the former royal standard. Now see, during the movement, during the freedom struggle, revolutionary fight together and they challenge autocratic and despotic ruler. They face suppression from despotic ruler. So revolutionary and the people of France hate every symbol which remind them Bourbon dynasty rule. And that's why they decided to replace the former royal standard by a new French flag so that people develop the feeling that this is our own flag and help different people coming together under the banner of one flag. Third, a centralized system of administration was adopted in place of monarchical form of government where all powers were concentrated in the hand of monarch. And this centralized administrative system was based on uniform laws for all citizens within its territory. Now, this is the real effort made by revolutionary to unite different people by making an appeal that see, we had now adopted centralized administration system, and this system was based on uniform laws for all citizens within its territory. Next, they decided to improve economic condition of the country, and that's why they announced to abolish internal custom duties and all illegal dues collected in monarchical France at different collection centers. And all these custom duties and illegal taxes were replaced by a simplified uniform system of taxation. At the same time, to bind different people, they decided to adopt uniform currency, uniform system of weights and measures. Now, let us compare. Is world, in present world, every nation is having uniform currency or not? World is following uniform system of weights and measures or not? Yes, because uniform currency help people of a country to recognize themselves with the country. and uniform weights and measures, help in promotion of trade and commerce within the nation as well as beyond the nation. Next stage. Now another body which was hated by people of France was State General and revolutionary after 1789 decided to constitute National Assembly by means of election. And here one point I like to point out. The election to constitute National Assembly was organized, but in this election, French revolutionary did not follow universal adult franchise. One drawbacks of French Revolution. Rather, they decided to grant right to vote only to selected adult male on the basis of wealth. And these selected voters were called active citizens. So, State General was renamed as National Assembly and constituted by means of election. Next change, new hymns were composed, oaths taken, and martyrs commemorated. Again, all in the name of the nation. They started praising nation. They started doing everything in the name of the nation so that people living in different part of France develop the feeling that we are now the part of one country, one state, that is France. Another important measure introduced by revolutionary was they started discouraging regional dialects spoken in different parts of France. And in place of these vernacular languages, they decided to promote French, the language spoken and written in Paris. And they created an atmosphere for French language. And very soon, French language became the common language of the nation, and later it was adopted as the official language or national language of France. And this is one very important measure introduced by Revolutionary of France, which certainly helped in promoting we feeling, collective identity among the people of France. Because in Europe, a new idea emerged. One nation, one people, one language. So, promoting France as national language or official language certainly fulfill this notion. One nation, one people, and one language. So language is really one important force which bind people together and help people in recognizing themselves as one unit. Now, after these changes, French revolutionary were successful in introducing the desired change. As we know that after its beginning, French Revolution passes through different phases. Immediately after the revolution, power came in the hands of Girondists, but they failed to provide good administration. So in 1792, power was captured by Jacobins, and Maximilien Robespierre came to power. And we know that he was known for his reign of terror, and revolutionary also rejected the rule of Jacobins. Then came the rule of directory. But this rule of directory failed, and as a result, Napoleon in 1798 dissolved rule of directory and started ruling France as a dictator, military dictator, and he continued ruling France as military dictator till 1804, when in 1804 he coronated himself as the King of France or the Emperor of French Republic. Now question came in our mind. Why the people of France and revolutionary did not oppose Napoleon's ambition, Napoleon coronation as Emperor of France? Answer is because people of France were frustrated and fed up with the infighting going on in France. They saw fight between Girondists and Jacobins. They were witness of civil war, and during these fighting, people of France were the worst sufferer. But at the same time, Napoleon managed to create an image of savior, great hero. And that's why when Napoleon declared himself Emperor of France, people did not oppose. Rather, develop a faith, hope that Napoleon certainly bring back thing in normal situation. And that's why they supported and accepted Napoleon as their king. And to mark his coronation, a memorable one, Napoleon announced introduction of Napoleonic Code. It is popularly known as Napoleonic Code of 1804 or Civil Code of 1804. Napoleonic Code or Civil Code of 1804 was a set of rule and regulation compiled, drafted, and developed under the guidance of Napoleon. He drafted this code as a guidelines for different administrator appointed by Napoleon to rule different parts of the territory. Means there was nothing new in this code. Only beauty is that he codified all existing law at one place so that the system of administration work in proper way. Some of the important points of Napoleonic Code 1804. First, all privileges based on birth was abolished and equality before the law was established. The main demands of revolutionary, the main demands of common people of France, we had already discussed, or we had already knowing after reading French Revolution that society was divided into two states. First state, second state are privileged class, and third state commoners. So they hate privilege-based society and they want equality for all. Second important provision of this code, the right to property was secure. It is the nature of people to attach with their property. Every people want security of their property. So when Napoleon announced right to property, they welcomed this code. Next, feudal system was abolished and peasants were freed from serfdom and manorial dues. We know that practice of serfdom was hated by the peasants of France. And when Napoleon codified it, people were very, very happy. Next, he announced centralized system of administration based on uniform laws. And this was adopted to simplify the administrative system of the country. We have already discussed this very point. Another important provision was guild restrictions were removed in the town. And we know that how guild manipulate the production. So artisans, traders were not happy with this system. So Napoleon decided to abolish it, remove it. Next, transportation and communication system was improved because this system was key for the success of trade and commerce. And last, he decided to introduce uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, common national currency, and by this change, he helped traders in exchanging their goods and capital from one region to another region in easiest way. Thus, we can say Napoleonic Code of Law comprises 5 types of law, such as civil code, code of civil procedure, penal code, code of criminal procedure, and last one, commercial code. So Napoleon, in his Napoleonic Code of 1804, compiled all existing law in such a way that it provide common mass, common people, a sound and strong administration. So we can conclude here that Napoleonic Code 1804 is very much similar to present day constitution. Now try we can compare it easily. What is constitution? Constitution is nothing but a set of rule and regulation which help democratically elected government to govern the nation, and same was the function, same was the intention of Napoleon while drafting Napoleonic Code 1804, and he introduced this code in all those states which he conquered during 1804 to 1815, and try his best to provide best administrative system to the conquered state as well as in France. So in this video, I discuss with you what is nationalism. Second, we have discussed that various measures introduced by the revolutionary of France to promote or create sense of collective belongingness. And then we try to explain in very brief how France passes through 5 different phases after the beginning of French Revolution. And then in last phase, we have discussed Napoleon Bonaparte declare himself as the Emperor of France. And by declaring himself as the Emperor of France, Napoleon set one more mission, and that is the mission to conquer first Europe and later whole world. One more point I like to add here. The French Revolutionary also discuss after the successful launch of French Revolution in France in 1789 that we are on a mission, and under this mission we want to end despotism and autocratic rule from every nation of Europe. And this very statement raised the popularity of Napoleon and the French army. In next video, I'll share with you the another aspect topic of this very chapter. Okay, so till then,